Good evening, everybody. Look, and welcome to the 2022 Cliff Bellamy Awards. So my name's Associate Professor Matt Butler, and I'm the Deputy Dean of Education for the Faculty of IT. So I'm delighted to be emceeing this evening, and I'm very happy. I've already chatted to a few of you, and I think the consensus is pretty clear. We're happy, really grateful to do this in person and kind of just see the life bubbling back on campus and here. So this is fantastic. Look, before I begin, I respectfully ask you to acknowledge the Wurundjeri and Bunurong peoples of the Kulin Nations, the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which we're meeting tonight, and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. And I also pay my respects to traditional owners and custodians of the lands in which all of our virtual guests are watching from this evening as well. So, look, as I mentioned, it's fantastic to see our award winners, family members, friends, industry and staff gathered here today. We're also very delighted to have Mrs. Margaret Bellamy, the wife of Professor Bellamy, here tonight as well, who these awards honour and are named after in attendance tonight. So thank you so much for joining tonight's celebration. Look, this event is one of our most important annual initiatives. It's a real opportunity to celebrate our high-performing students and all of their hard work. Look, especially given the challenges that we've had the last couple of years or so. Look, it's been far from easy, so on behalf of the faculty, I really commend you all on your enduring effort. It's been a privilege to teach you, to help support you through this time, and actually bear witness to your academic success. Look, tonight I've got the pleasure of presenting a number of different awards to our undergraduate and our postgraduate students across our degrees. If you're here in person, when we do this, please come onto the stage and accept your award and stay on stage for a photo. After receiving your award either from Dr. Pierre Lewadik, who's here, as well, who's our Director of Engagement, or Dr. Landu, who's our Director of Postgraduate Studies here. Please note that, unfortunately, COVID protocols rule, no handshakes, please. So, you know, it's always a slightly awkward thing on stage, but we'll try and manage that as best we can. For those award winners who are joining us on the live stream, we'll project a slide with your name and photo and award title as it's announced as well. So please make sure you celebrate a bit of that success. Now, look, without further ado, I would have been passing to our Dean of the Faculty, Professor Anne Nicholson. Unfortunately, she's a last-minute apology, as seems to be par for the course during these times. I'm not going to go into the details why, but you can probably guess. She's really sorry that she's not able to attend tonight. These awards have always meant a lot to her, I would say, especially as not just Dean, but in her past she's been the Associate Dean of Education for our faculty as well. So, and she's got a long history with our faculty back from its very early days. So I'm very grateful to speak on behalf for her. So look, we weren't able to host a physical ceremony back in 2020 due to the pandemic, and as I said, really pleased that we're gradually returning to norm. For those of you who are feeling confident to get out, I was talking to a few people today. I was out in the city on Saturday afternoon, and it just feels like a bit of a different world. So hopefully we've turned a bit of a corner, but I think we're starting to get that vibe in the city here on campus. It's amazing. Obviously, as a university, we're still trying to manage some of our students who are stuck offshore, and that's like hybrid models and things like that. We're really trying to support our onshore students, our offshore students in the best ways that we can during this time. So to our award winners and our guests who are attending here either in person or virtually, we're really very grateful that you're able to be part of this celebration, in spite of all the circumstances that everyone's facing. Look, held annually, the Cliff Bellamy Awards are named after the first Dean of our faculty, Professor Cliff Bellamy. They formally recognise our best and brightest students and celebrate the dedication and excellence in their IT studies here at Monash and in our Faculty of IT. Look, tonight we're honoured to have Mrs. Bellamy here, as I mentioned, who is actually going to share a few words. So I'm going to pass the microphone over to Mrs. Bellamy.
Yes. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for inviting me. It really is quite a strange affair getting back into normality, and it must feel like that for all of you as well. But of all the people on the campus, you're probably the best able to cope with all of the changes and the demands of the last couple of years, because you were already operating through screens more than most people. And I think that the fact that so many of you are here tonight is a great compliment to you and to everybody who's taught you. So look, it gives me pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me again. And I hope the future just gets better and better for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those lovely words. This evening we also have a guest who's an IT alumnus and a past Cliff Bellamy Award recipient. He'll speak about his time at Monash and achievements and career trajectory and all those kind of things. And I hope we'll use some of Peter's insights and his advice to help enrich your own growth and aspirations. I also want to take this opportunity to say a quick thank you to our academics staff. Don't often get a chance to quite publicly say thank you to the other members of the faculty that help. Our academics and especially our professional staff really go above and beyond, and this year's been really challenging, the last couple of years, to ensure that the education we provide is practical, meaningful, industry-focused, all of those kind of things. I'm really privileged to have quite an amazing group of people in the Faculty of IT, in the academic staff and the professional staff. They're passionate about what they do and what they teach. They're always striving to kind of give the best that they can for our students, and for that I'm actually really grateful to those of you. So those of you who are here, just a quick heartfelt thank you from me there as well. Look, in my role as Deputy Dean of Education, I'm ultimately responsible for a lot of facets of our education programs. Look, unfortunately, even with the best of intention, I find my job gets a bit too focused sometimes on policies and procedures and governance and all those kind of things that often remove me from the on-the-ground experiences, I think, of our students and our staff. And so that's actually why a night like tonight is really quite rewarding for me. It's actually a celebration in many respects of one of the main reasons why I'm actually an academic. I was talking to Pete, I've talked to a few things. I've been through industry and I've kind of found my way here in academia. And look, why I love being an academic is not the endless committees and meetings that I'm part of each and every day. Rather, it's actually the outcomes of our efforts to educate future world-leading computer scientists, IT professionals, data science, cybersecurity experts, whatever that may be, and whatever part of the IT industry that you all end up in. It's nights like these that make me quite incredibly proud of our students. And also very thankful to the friends, the family, whoever you've got around who supports you through your academic endeavours, and again, along with the academic and professional staff here from the faculty. So thank you for joining tonight. In honour of the academic success, our students deserve nothing less than a big celebration, especially over the last couple of years, that are attended by peers and loved ones and the academics. Well done to our winners, who are very deserving of the awards we're about to come up with. Prize money that you'll receive in recognition of exceptional achievements as well, which is always pretty nice. I'm just going to give you a quick little bit of history, actually, before we get stuck right into the awards. In 1957, Professor Bellamy completed a Bachelor of Civil Engineering with first-class honours at the University of New Zealand. He moved to the University of Sydney, where he completed his first PhD in civil engineering. In 1961, Professor Bellamy joined an early career company, Ferranti Computer Systems, and in 1962, when Monash ordered a Ferranti Sirius computer, Professor Bellamy was part of the deal, which is lucky for us. Came along to set up and run the computer and to train staff in its operation. Fast forward a bit to around 1990, Dawkins reforms provide an opportunity to form a new faculty here in Monash University, which was the Faculty of IT. It brought together disciplines in software engineering, computer science, business systems, information management. Professor Bellamy was actually appointed Dean, and under his leadership, the faculty saw increased numbers, domestic and international students, and built incredibly strong relationships that we continue with industry. Throughout his long career at Monash, Professor Bellamy was highly regarded across all levels and areas. I think a measure of the esteem in which he was held by the university is that he's one of a handful of non-academic directors to be ever given kind of a professorial status. And this occurred in 1970 when he was director of the Monash Computer Centre, which since evolved into the IT services divisions that we know as eSolutions. His retirement in 1996, the Monash University Council marked the event by conferring him the prestigious title of an emeritus professor. So, look, as you can see, that these awards are acknowledged as the Bellamy Awards means a lot to those of us in the faculty, and we think it's just a small but meaningful way in which we can continue to acknowledge the legacies. So what better way to do that than in the context of our outstanding students. So, time to pass over to Peter Capon, who's our alumni speaker today. So Peter is a manager with PwC's cybersecurity and digital trust consulting practice. Over the past 6 years, he's worked across multiple industries, including energy and resources, financial services, government, telecommunications. Peter's primary focus is with the governance, risk and compliance field of cybersecurity, works with organisations to define their cybersecurity strategies, improve cyber capabilities, operational resilience, and to perform maturity assessments to understand and quantify current cybersecurity maturity. Peter's experience includes application and implementation of industry-regarded cybersecurity frameworks, such as the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, Australian Energy Sector Cybersecurity Framework, ISO 27001, Australian... this is his area, not mine. Australian Cybersecurity Centre's Essential 8 in Information Security and holds a Certified Information System Security Professional Certification. Peter is also a multiple award winner, I should say. He's getting all embarrassed, I think, now. He's won a Cliff Bellamy Award, a Dean's Achievement Award, Ducks of Undergraduate, Combank Cyber Prize Award at Monash, Top of Unit Awards for not 1, not 2, not 3, 11 units. And he was also one of my students. He'll be sharing a bit today about his rewarding experience at Monash and where his career has taken him after graduation, how it's benefited him and stuff. So please, enough from me. Let's give a warm welcome to Peter.
Great, thank you, Matt, for the very warm welcome. And it was great to see you again and some other familiar faces. So it's actually my second time speaking at a Cliff Bellamy Awards event. So it's great to you invite me back again. And it's fantastic to speak to you tonight and share a few things with you. I think, first of all, congratulations are in order. So congratulations to all of the award recipients tonight. Having been here as an award winner myself, I know firsthand how much work, effort, and focus goes into achieving these awards. So congratulations to everyone, and I'm looking forward to celebrating with you tonight. So yeah, I know it's a little bit cliche, but it really is true, just how quickly time flies. It's been almost 10 years since I first attended a Cliff Bellamy Awards evening back in 2013. So a lot of time has passed, and tonight I'm keen to share a couple of insights from my career so far, give perhaps a bit of an example of what a career in the field of cybersecurity can look like, as well as kind of share my 5 key learnings, which I'd basically tell myself if I was in the audience back those years ago. So just before I kind of get into it, can I get a quick show of hands? Has anyone heard of CySCA? So the Cybersecurity Challenge Australia. So we've got 1, 2, 3. It's great to see you as well, Carsten. So for those that don't know, CySCA is a 24-hour hacking challenge for uni students. So it was run between the years of 2012 to 2018. And that was a challenge which actually changed the trajectory of my career. So when I first joined Monash, I signed up to do a multimedia major, kind of thinking I wanted to do web development. But I remember going along to a lecture one day and someone gave a quick presentation talking a bit about CySCA and cybersecurity and ethical hacking and things like that. And that really piqued my interest. So I then signed up for the challenge group and then participated in that challenge. And when I started, I wasn't really good at it. I don't think I contributed much to my team, but I really enjoyed the learning experience and then wanted to come back for the next year's one. So kind of after doing this a couple of times, I realised that I wanted to change the focus of my career and my degree towards cybersecurity. So then fast forward a little bit of time, I then did the IBL program, which is a fantastic program that Monash runs, where you get to spend 6 months actually working in the industry. So I did that at a company, working in their cybersecurity team, which was a fantastic learning experience. But one thing which was really beneficial as well is that it also showed me what I didn't want from a career. Because you see, the organisation I was placed into was a very rigid and kind of old school type workplace with kind of cubicles. Everyone did their particular role, and people didn't really move around too much. So from an early point, I realised that I wanted to have variety in the work that I did, and really try out different things and kind of keep learning new things. The average person kind of works 40 hours per week over a career of kind of 40 odd years until they retire in their 60s. So I think it's really important that we do work that we enjoy and we find fulfillment in. So I think when I was kind of going through that, I realised I wanted to look at something which had that variety, and that led me towards consultancy. So looking back at the CISCA program, there was one Big Four consultancy company that sponsored the event, which kind of really got me interested in cybersecurity in the first place, and that was PwC. So I went along to an open day one time, and I could kind of hear how much the people really enjoyed their roles and the variety that it brought. So I signed up for a summer vacation role and did that for 6 weeks, which was a great opportunity, and then was offered a graduate position. So what actually do I do as in my role in cybersecurity? So I've actually been with PwC now for just over 6 years. So as Matt mentioned, I'm one of the managers in our digital risk management team. So we help our clients to build cybersecurity strategies. We do maturity assessments against different frameworks, and we help to develop and kind of lay out their capabilities and improve operational resilience for their businesses. So what do I love the most about my role? As you can probably guess, one of the things I really enjoy is the variety. Doing consultancy, you get to work at a wide range of different companies and speak to a lot of different people. And it's nice being able to look out at the city and see all the different companies and logos and kind of know that I've kind of worked at quite a lot of those companies. The travel has been a fantastic opportunity. I'm someone that likes to explore new places and visit somewhere new. And I've been fortunate enough to travel all around Australia, aside from Northern Territory with work, and even got the chance to travel internationally for a little bit as well. So got to visit Shanghai in China, Singapore, Hong Kong, and India, which was like a really cool experience. And then the other thing is kind of like the learning and development opportunities that the work brought. I was actually able to spend 4 months in Adelaide at the end of last year, which was a really great opportunity as we were building a new team out there. So it was a really cool chance to focus on something aside from the normal kind of day job of kind of implementing cybersecurity, and focus more on the people and train people and do that. So that's kind of been a very quick snapshot of my career. I think kind of the key thing is, what have I learned along the way? And that's kind of what I want to share with you tonight. So I've got kind of 5 key points that I'd like to quickly present. So point number 1 is that imposter syndrome is really common. It's actually a really frequent thing that pops up in this sort of field. I remember in 2019, I was attending a conference in Brisbane called B-Sides. Not sure if anyone's heard of that one. And there was a speaker talking a bit about mental health and how it's really important to focus on our mental health and to make sure that stays in check. Given the size of IT and how much there is to learn and to know in it, it's very easy for people to feel like they don't actually know enough, or they're not quite qualified for the jobs that they're doing. It's actually fascinating to hear how much that actually exists out in the field of IT and cybersecurity more specifically. So even me myself, when I graduated, I kind of doubted my knowledge, and I was like, I still don't know enough. Like, I'm sure I've got this degree and I've learned all these fantastic things at university, but I've still got so much to learn. I didn't quite feel like, adequate. So I think if you're someone out there like that who's kind of, you've done fantastic things and achieved all these amazing awards, if you still feel like you don't quite know enough, don't worry. It's really common. Like, my greatest advice is to back yourself. You've had a fantastic education, and you know your stuff, and you'll be able to thrive in the workplace. My second point is to make sure you find what you enjoy. This field in IT and cybersecurity is booming. There's never been more career pathways and roles within this field. So kind of my key tip would be to research what interests you in the field of IT and kind of work out what you want from a career. Speaking more specifically around kind of cybersecurity, I think everyone defaults to thinking of cybersecurity as hackers. They're the people hacking into companies. But really, there's so many other career pathways in cybersecurity as well beyond just hacking. And to quickly list a couple, there's defensive security, so people working in the Security Operations Center and doing incident response and that whole side of things, kind of playing the defensive side of cybersecurity. We've got the GRC, so the governance, risk and compliance side of things, which is where I built my career in, which is really focusing on uplifting security capability, developing strategies and focusing on the business layer of cybersecurity. We've also got identity and access management, and more specifically privileged access management is becoming a huge area in cybersecurity. Got the field of architecture, so looking at things like security architecture, DevSecOps, that's also a really huge area at the moment. And also forensics as well. So people who actually do the e-discovery, they analyse fraud and kind of look at what's actually happened inside the IT landscape. So it's another kind of career pathway as well. So my key recommendation there is, unless you know for sure exactly what you want to do for a career, make sure you find a workplace that has some flexibility in kind of what you do. So that could be through a bit of a rotation program where you get to try out different parts of the business, or it could just be a very flexible workplace, such as like a consulting company, which is what I ended up choosing. But yeah, make sure you find what you enjoy and kind of don't waste your time doing things that you don't necessarily enjoy. My third point is make sure you're aware of Parkinson's law. Has anyone heard of Parkinson's law? No, cool, no worries. It's actually going to change how much you get done in the day. So basically the law, or the whole concept is that work will fill the time allocated for its completion. So if you set yourself long deadlines, it'll cause procrastination, and often the end result isn't much better than if you set yourself a much shorter time frame. I think we all know being through the uni process, how when you've got a whole month to do an assignment, you might spend the first couple of weeks, researching a couple of things and pretending to, make a start on it and spending a few hours there. But in essence, you're not really doing a whole lot of constructive work towards its completion. And it's only, a couple of days before, or, in the worst case, the night before, you actually really get things done. It shows how you can actually achieve so much in a short period of time. So that's just a great example of this whole concept coming to life. So kind of the key thing that I've learned is to make sure you are realistic in your expectations of timeframes. Like, don't set yourself timeframes which are too short to achieve what you actually set out to do. But make sure you kind of be a little bit ambitious in how long you set timeframes for certain things. Because at the end of the day, you'll be really surprised in how much you can actually get done during the day, during the week, during the month, and then during the year when you kind of try to be a little bit more ambitious with your timeframes. That kind of leads me to my fourth point, which is to define your acceptable work-life balance. I think it's also a bit of a cliche, but there's so much more to life than work, and time really does pass quickly. I know even in my career, I potentially could have climbed the ladder quicker, or been more successful if I had have worked longer hours, put in overtime, and kind of made my career my first, second, and third priority. However, looking back, I'm really happy with where I am in my career, and looking at the time I invested in relationships, in friends, in family, in hobbies. Those are the things that I'm really happy I spent so much time investing into kind of all throughout my career rather than just working. So I think it's always important to know that most workplaces will give you as much as you're happy to take on. So make sure you do set boundaries and be confident saying no when you've got enough on your plate. And finally, point number 5 is to never stop learning, and make sure you invest in yourself. I know there's been a lot of people that kind of say that you get the most from your career by swapping workplaces every couple of years, and that's kind of the best way to maximize your salary and kind of your career progression. However, I challenge that a little bit. I believe you kind of get paid based upon your skills, your experience, and that's based on what the job market looks like at the moment. So if you improve your skills, that will equal either a promotion in your role, or if your workplace doesn't recognize that, you'll be getting poached. You'll be getting messages on LinkedIn, or people will be reaching out to you saying, hang on, I saw your skill set, we'd love to have you work for us, and you'll be able to quickly progress up that way as well. So for cybersecurity, there's a couple of things I could recommend people get into if they're interested in that. Any of the cloud security certifications are fantastic. So the certifications for AWS, Azure, or GCP, the Google Cloud Platform, is fantastic ones to do. You could also do the CISP like I have done, so the Certified Information Systems Security Professional, or if you're more into the hacking area, there's ones called OSCP and OSCE, so the Offensive Security Certified Professional and the Offensive Security Certified Expert, which are great ones to learn. Cool, so I think that's all I've got time for today. Hopefully you've been able to take something away from that. A massive congratulations again to all the award winners, and I wish everyone the best for their careers ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peter. I'm wrestling with points 3 and 4, so it was Parkinson's law and the work-life balance. I've got a conference deadline, which is technically 10 a.m. Friday morning, and I realise maybe the amount of time I've left myself, I'm going to mess a little bit with my work-life balance, but you know, I'll work on Parkinson's law for the next conference deadline, I think. Look, thank you so much for sharing your experiences. It's always a real kind of kick to see where our students end up. It's one of the tough things, actually. I guess we spend, you know, 3 years, 4 years with some undergrads or a couple of years with postgrads, and then graduation, kind of off you go, and sometimes we cross paths at events, but it's always really great to hear where things have led, maybe what little kind of influence we've had, those kind of things. So thank you so much, and 5 great points that I hope everyone in the room and those online take on board. So now, let's get to the awards. Just a kind of a quick reminder, if you're here in the room, when I call your name, please come up to the stage if you're here in person, and you'll get your award from either Pierre or Lan, and get a quick photo up in front of the board as well. And then we'll get you to just kind of move off stage and stand next to the media wall. So I'm just kind of working out the logistics, and because we'll get a group photo once all the winners in your awards category has been announced. So once you've kind of got the award, head over to the media wall and we'll get a photo of your group, and then we'll keep moving along. For the award winners who are attending via the live stream, we'll project a slide with your name, photo and award title as it's announced as well, and accept the award on your behalf. So this evening we'll begin with the Dean's Achievement Award for Undergraduate Studies, and so we've got Dr. Pierre Lobotic here on stage to help hand these out. So this award recognises our undergraduate students who have achieved a 90% average or higher across the units studied in 2021. 90% is hard enough to get at the best of times. Throw in kind of what 2021 was like, and it's a mind-boggling, amazing achievement. So, without further ado, apologies for any names I don't quite get right. I've been practicing a little bit today, but we'll see how that's played out. So first of all, we've got Marius Adrian Skanetsko. On the live stream, give Marius a bit of a clap. Next one is Chin Boon Lo, who's also on our live stream. Congratulations, we're getting a bit of a clap. Now I think we have, thank you Pierre, good job. Next I think we've got someone who's in the audience, Alistair David McCutcheon. Excellent, congratulations Alistair. On the live stream we have Timothy Sian Ming Ui. And then I think we've got another one in the crowd here, Damsara Samara Pathi. Congratulations. So the next one is hopefully joining us on the live stream, who's Jia Chen Kua. Next up again on the live stream, we've got Jian Heng Yap. So next up is again on the live stream, we've got Chuan B. Pei. next up as well is another one on the live stream. We've got Di Xiang Ong. And there you go. So I think Dee is on the live stream actually and not here tonight. So congratulations. So one last round of applause for all of our undergraduate Dean's Achievement Award winners.
Just double checking whether we called that one.
I think I've got one missing from my list. Tan Dat Tran. In the audience? No, online. Give you a wave. Give you a special wave. Apologies. All right. So thank you for Pierre. I'll give you a break for a second. And I'd like to invite Dr. Landu up to the stage to hand out the Dean's Achievement Awards for our postgraduate. So again, this recognises the postgraduate students who have achieved a 90% average or higher across all units studied in 2021. And I would say, you know, undergraduate's pretty tough. We go next level when we go to the postgraduate. So, first up, who I think is in the room, we've got Rui Bin Chen. Looks like I might be going back to another one in a minute. Congratulations, Rui. On the live stream, I think we have Tran Ha Vi Yo. I know in the audience because we were chatting before. We have Matthew Coleman. Thank you. And just checking, did we have one that we missed at the start of this that I didn't? So I'm going to say congratulations. So Scott was going to be here, but Scott Kwong Hin Yip, who hopefully might be joining us on the live stream, who knows. So congratulations, Scott. Excellent. And that is our award winners for this one. So thank you. I'll give Lan a rest for a minute and get Pierre to come back up. So another round of applause for our Postgrad Dean's Achievement Award winners. So now we get on to the Professor Cliff Bellamy Awards that recognise students who have achieved the highest grades for first, second and third year undergraduate study in the Faculty of IT. And these are going to be handed out again by Pierre. So, who on the live stream, I think, for first year is Michelle Adeline, who's on the live stream. Congratulations, Michelle. Also on the live stream for our second year recipient is Chong Erin Tan. And for our third year, who I think might be in the audience hopefully, is Henry Edgar Ernpeny. Yes. Excellent. Thank you. And so I'll get Pierre to stay up. Yes, to stay up for the minute. So the next category we've got is our Ducks of Undergraduate. So this recognises the top graduating students in each of our undergraduate courses that we offer. So, first of all, for the Bachelor of Computer Science, on the live stream, I think we should have Yi-Song Yu. Who I think might be here in person tonight, for our Bachelor of Software Engineering with honours, Benjamin Coe. Yes.
For now, I'll hold the other one, or whichever you prefer to hold.
So for the Bachelor of Computer and Information Sciences on the live stream, I think we hopefully have Darian David Visser. Now, for the Bachelor of Information Technology, we have Kavisha Patranahalagi. We will deal with that. Don't you worry about that. We'll get that sorted. For the Bachelor of Computer Science with Honours on the live stream, we have Ang Lee. I'm not sure if we have one more. Yep. And for the Bachelor of Computer Science with Honours, yep, we have She Hui Ning. Fantastic. And again, just another round of applause for all of our Ducks of Undergraduate. Thank you so much. Pierre is done. Thank you so much, Pierre. And we have Lan to join us on stage for our Ducks of Postgraduate Awards, again, which recognises the top graduating students in each of our postgraduate courses. So, for the Master of Business Information Systems, we have Niha Ariyamala. Oh. Looks like we had a slight ordering dilemma. Yeah, we'll give you a... Business Information Systems. Yep, perfect. Could you go to the next slide? There we go. Master of Data Science, we have Rui Bin Chen. Could you go to the next slide for me? There we go, with the Master of Information Technology, Rory Charles Campbell. Next slide. There, on the live stream for the Master of AI, we've got Eric Dongchi. Give you a clap. There we go. And for the Master of Cybersecurity, who have we got in the room? Jin Chuan Du. Yeah, all done. What a fantastic group of students we've got. So again, just kind of a final round of applause for all of our award winners for tonight. So we're now kind of getting to the end of the formal part of the awards ceremony. And again, congratulations to all the winners for the exceptional achievements. Like as I've said, nights like this are incredibly important to the faculty. You know, in normal circumstances, they're a chance for us to acknowledge the incredible achievements and all the hard work of our students. You know, university study is really hard, right? Events like this also take on a bit of an extra significance as we reflect on the past couple of years and what actually lies ahead. And in fact, Peter and I were just talking quite a lot around what does the future of education and tertiary education look like? It's actually an important time for us to reflect on that. It would be great to talk to you all tonight about these kind of things. You know, what should Monash University and the faculty learn from your experiences and what lies ahead? For those of you joining us online, you know, you could always welcome to reach out and share your thoughts, because you've truly demonstrated your engagement and your dedication to the faculty and your studies. So we very much value everything that everyone's got to say. After the speeches conclude, I'll encourage all of our guests to stay, take some photos against the media wall. We'll have food and beverages served till about 8 o'clock or so. So before we finish, I want to say again thank you to Peter for the speech and kind messages to the winners. As I said, it means a lot that you do come back and support the faculty. A massive thank you to Mrs. Bellamy for attending the evening, as well as the family members, friends, academics who've taken the time out of your busy schedule to join us for the celebration tonight. Cliff Bellamy Awards are always very memorable every year. As I mentioned, it's a delight to honour all the hard work. If you'd like to stay in touch with us after the event, obviously follow Monash Infotech on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and all those kind of things. And look, and if any of our winners are graduating or have graduated, please don't forget to join the dedicated IT alumni group on LinkedIn as well. As I said, it's always important if we can maintain that kind of contact with the faculty. It's often said at graduations, they kind of say the throwaway mark, you know, you can never not be a Monash person now that you've graduated. We really hope that you feel that around the Faculty of IT and want to stay in touch. And then, you know, who knows, we might get you up here in a year or two to speak at these awards. We'll send out an email after the event with a link to get some feedback from you all. Love to hear your thoughts on how we can continue this and improve the experience. So again, thank you for attending. Congratulations to all our award winners. If for all of you who've got an award, if you could actually make your way over to the media wall over there, we might get do you want up on stage, Sam, or over at the media wall? The media wall? We'll get you to go over to the media wall. We'll get a big group photo of everybody as well. Thank you again for attending, everybody. Keep well and safe, and all the best to you and your families. And please stay for some drinks and some food. So thank you.